In my last video, you watched me use that pick stick to refine all the measurements, get the right dimensions for the transom board. So I got that cut out. It fits really well. So I have it here. I got it laid out on another sheet of 1/4-inch plywood, and I'm going to go around it with a carpenter's pencil laid on a side about 1/4 of an inch thick. I'm going to make it each preceding piece 1/4 of an inch larger than the other one, and except for across the top, of course, but that's to give it that nice slope that it needs to sit in that transom. And this isn't any kind of marine grade or anything like that, so I'm going to be careful whenever I'm done and get all these pieces epoxy together to put a nice radius on the end and seal it all up good. I'm going to put the polyester resin all the way around it, some chopped strand mat, that way it's completely encapsulated. That other board that was on there had those lines cut in it so it would bend to take the contour, but that just leaves a lot of room for water to get back in behind that board, and that's not what you want. So hopefully this will take a nice form whenever I get it pressed in there, and I'll be able to pull it out, drill the holes, and be able to mount all my brackets on for the rudder board and the kicker motor. But yeah, that's how it's going to go. Alright, I've been working on this transom. I fiberglassed the holes right here. You can see, I think they had a transducer, maybe for a fish finder or depth sounder or something there. But I patched that up from the inside. Added a little bit over here, but I need to sand this a little bit. And maybe take this out, maybe about here, around the edge. And then I'm going to put some fiberglass putty on here to level this out. That's got some dips and grooves in it from grinding it. But that's what we're going to do. Finally, now we're set up. All right. Hey, whenever I was sanding, I found a few places I need to repair some delamination that happened, and found 2 screws sticking up through the bottom. There was something else attached there, so I dished them out slightly. That's the hole I fixed before. I'm going to put just a couple pieces on the outside, and I got a nice little dip right there where it's just like an air pocket. So I'm gonna mix up some epoxy. I'm gonna mix it up straight and then lay some of that chop strand in. Then I have some thickening agent that I'm gonna add to it to kind of spread it out some. This is silica thickener. You don't want to breathe that really without a respirator on, but let's get some epoxy mixed up here. 2 pumps. probably good right there. I'll leave a little dip just to put the fairing compound in. You don't want to have it completely up flush with the surface. But we'll get this packed in good. And these will all feather off real nice. When I hit that with the sander, those will come right off. Push all the air out of this. Okay, I got the spots fixed up. It's still tacky. I wanted to put the other fiberglass on here. You don't want to wait till that gets dry completely. Hopefully I mixed up enough. I think I did. I'll be skimming it up across the tops. Uh-oh. That stuff is kicking on me already. Uh-oh. Well, way too much. Oop. That was fast. Alright, we're not going to screw that up again. Wow, that was fast. Let's try this again. Alright. How about that? That could have been a catastrophe over there. this on here. Hard to trust it now. Okay, so here's what I did. I got this plastic in here, and I'm going to try and put the pieces in here. No epoxy behind it, just to epoxy it all together and get it in the right shape. I want to use epoxy to put the transom together, but the rest of it's going to be a polyester-based fiberglass. So the epoxy there, and then I'll bed it all in with the polyester on the back side. You don't want to mix epoxy and polyester, but I got this ladder. It's going to push against there. And I have this little scissor jack. I'll show you how I'm going to put that together. But first we need to mix up some epoxy. And we're going to wet this out. Let's see which side is which. This is that side, so okay. Yeah, we're going to wet this out. And then we're going to mix some hardener with it, or some, thickener. Put the paste on, and then we're going to have to move because it's a nice warm day today. So we're going to have to see how this goes. I think everything's ready. So let's try it out. You know, I read where wetting it out doesn't really make that much of a difference. The adhesion, and that's right on the website. So I think we're going to thicken this and go that way. There's 3. Yeah, I think this is the way I was going to do it to begin with there. Yeah, you can wet it out. They say it sucks up a lot of the resin, but on Total Boat's website, they did some tests, and that's not actually how it works. Some people thin it with denatured alcohol, but according to what the chemical bonds say, whenever they tested them, after they did all that, it actually changes the chemical makeup of the epoxy, and it's no longer as strong as it was. I'll have to move fast with this stuff. I wish I had the slow hardener, but I don't. So we're just gonna have to move quickly as we can. There, we got her good. I cut some teeth in this. That way I get a good even coat underneath here. I think I'll probably have to mix up a little more. We're gonna mix up some more here. Okay. Okay, well, I lost a bunch of footage. My battery went dead the last time, but this is what I got laid up. With the clamps around the top, got all 3 pieces in there. See, now I don't have to cut no relief cuts, but lightly screwed a 2x4 to the top with the ladder on there. Kept it up about the right height, brought it back, legs are resting on there and there, and got a little screw jack in there. But and that's what helped keep all the tension on that. Let's take this off. Take these 2 screws out. Okay, we'll start taking the clamps off. pull this out. And there's my transom. And see how it took that nice bow? Same shape. Now what I'm going to do is I need to go around these edges. Get some good light on there. You can see those edges are kind of I need to go around and make sure these edges have a nice radius on them so I can glass the whole thing. But looks like it turned out pretty good.